So last night, I watched the Super Bowl, hosted by SpongeBob SquarePants.
Bad touch, stranger danger!
It was a decent game, the writing was pretty good. I think we all knew, of course, they'd go with that twist at the end of the Chiefs winning because of Taylor Swift, but that's neither here nor there. What I was really interested in was the movie trailers, and there was one in particular that finally came out last night. I'm excited, and I've got to talk about it. Wicked is an upcoming movie adaptation of a Broadway musical of the same name. It tells the story of Elphaba, a girl with green skin and magical abilities who gets the chance of a lifetime to meet the wonderful Wizard of Oz. But things go terribly wrong after an incident involving a spellbook and some monkeys. Now Elphaba is on the run, branded by the media as the Wicked Witch of the West. Can Elphaba stop the Wizard of Oz and make things right with her former friend Glinda? The musical has been around since 2000, so that's nearly a quarter of a century. The role of the Wicked Witch was originated by Idina Menzel in the musical. You may know Idina Menzel as the voice of Elsa in Frozen. Since then, 46 actresses have played our Green Girl on Broadway alone, and that's not including the countless actresses on tours, international productions, and regional plays. You also had 37 actresses play Glinda on Broadway as well. Now let's take a look at our Glinda in this film, Ariana Grande. She's an excellent vocalist and singer. Unfortunately, it seems that for this movie, they're going the route of celebrity casting. I don't usually agree with this practice because the studios almost always hire celebrities for name alone, in opposition to the hiring of a less famous actress from Broadway who would better fill the role. Of all the celebrities they could have chosen to play Glinda, however, I believe Ariana was the best choice they could have gone with. She's been a longtime friend with Kristen Chenoweth, one of film and Broadway's modern Golden Girls. Chenoweth originated the role of Glinda on Broadway, and acted as a mentor of sorts to Ariana Grande for quite some time. It's highly plausible that she could have gone through and helped Ariana Grande practice for this role. We can't confirm or deny this, but having such a close friendship with and training alongside the original actress of the role she's now playing gives Ariana Grande a huge advantage, so I'm looking forward to seeing how she does. She may not have played Glinda on Broadway, but having training with someone who originated the role and may have helped her train for it certainly adds to her qualification. The first act of Wicked takes place during the main character's formative years in college. Ariana is just the right age to play a young adult but developing Glinda. Then playing Elphaba, we have Cynthia Erivo. Erivo is a star of both stage and screen. She played Harriet in the 2019 fanfiction film Harriet, based off the story of Harriet Tubman. She plays Aretha Franklin in the National Geographic Genius series about Aretha Franklin. She's been in a bunch of concerts and plays, and she certainly is a seasoned enough actress. My problem with her, though, is that she has no experience pertaining to the role of Elphaba. She sang a song from the musical during PBS's Wicked in concert in 2021, but she sang a Glinda song, not an Elphaba song. Furthermore, Erivo is 37 years old, much older than the character of Elphaba is in the show. Looking at what little performance we see in the trailer, she has the whimsy of Elphaba nearly down to a science, but her age is definitely showing through. I'm not sure I can buy this actress playing a college student. The same issue was very prevalent in another Universal Studios musical movie, Dear Evan Hansen, in which the then 27-year-old Ben Platt played high schooler Evan Hansen.
Like, all of the characters around him are experiencing emotions just as extreme as Evan's, but they're performing them like real people. Let's look at the others, and I have deliberately sought out the most intense facial expressions I can find from these guys, in the sake of fairness. Here is Zoe singing passionately. She's crying and screaming and everything. Here is Alana singing passionately. Here is Evan's mom singing passionately. And here is Evan singing passionately. I mean, there's emotion, and then there's this. It looks like his face is trying to escape his head.
Could Erivo pull off the role? Potentially. Again, she's certainly bringing the charm. I honestly would have preferred if they allowed one of the younger actresses who has experience playing Elphaba, such as Emma Hunton or Cassie Levy, to reprise the role. Heck, if we're disregarding age as an issue, they could have brought on one of the more seasoned Elphaba actresses, ladies whose careers were all but defined by these roles, to reprise the character. If they were looking for someone who really has that witchy look, closely resembling the original witch played by Margaret Hamilton in 1939, they could have gone with Wilhelmine Verkaik. Wilhelmine played the role in the United States, London, Germany, and Scheveningen. Google, how do I pronounce this word?
Scheveningen.
Yeah, to this day she's the only actress to have played Elphaba in 4 countries. 4 countries! If anyone is qualified to play the role, it's definitely her. So, okay, maybe age isn't an issue when it comes to acting in these musicals and films. And Erivo may not be as seasoned of an actress as Verkaik, but she certainly seems to be enjoying herself in the role from what little we see in the trailer. At the very least, she can sing well. The same cannot be said for our Wizard of Oz this time around, Jeff Goldblum.
No, 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 no! Wait! Wait!
In the musical, the wizard is a whacked-out whimsy of a man. The character's portrayal is very similar to that of Frank Morgan's wizard in the 1939 film. Unlike in that movie, however, our wizard sings in this musical. 2 songs. These are songs about how the wizard wishes to be a father to all, and how he wishes to clear Elphaba's name after she goes rogue. The role was originated on Broadway by Joel Grey, who was just the right age to play the wizard at the time. Jeff Goldblum, likewise, is the perfect age to play the wizard now, but unfortunately, we don't know if he can sing. We know that he can play instruments, and quite well at that. He's the pianist in his own band, Jeff Goldblum and the Mildred Snitzer Orchestra. His playing is quite beautiful, but I can't track down a video of him singing, and I mean really singing. This may be an old man, but the wizard packs a beautiful mid-range tenor voice, full of passion and soul and emotion. Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard Jeff Goldblum give an acting performance with emotion? I certainly haven't, but I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments. So, this could mean one of 2 things. Either A, Universal will go the route it went for Cats and Dear Evan Hansen, by cutting several songs, including Jeff Goldblum's, so that he doesn't have to worry about singing. Or B, someone trained Goldblum to sing. Anyone can sing well with enough training, and I really hope this is the route they went with this film. The wizard's songs add depth to his character, and unlike Dear Evan Hansen, where you could make the argument that they cut songs out due to time restraints, trying to keep the film below a certain runtime, they don't have that excuse with Wicked. Wicked is being released in 2 parts. That means the 2 movies combined will be twice as long as the Broadway musical already is. There's no reason to cut out the wizard's songs, especially if they're making this into 2 films, thus increasing the runtime. Goldblum is humorous enough as himself that placing him in the role of the wizard could work, but this guy needs to show emotion, he needs to show poise and vocal range. I don't know if he can do it. Again, I really think they should have chosen someone who has experience with the role, like Kevin Chamberlain or heck even Joel Grey. The guy still sings as far as I know, and the wizard is an oldish guy. This could have worked. Celebrity casting really needs to stop when it comes to adaptations of Broadway musicals and plays. Unless the actor has legitimate singing experience outside of pop, or has good reason to play the character, such as Ariana Grande's being mentored by the original Glinda, there is literally no reason for this to happen. But okay, let's go into the things I like about the trailer so far. A lot of the sets are practical, that's pretty cool, they're not just green screened. There's behind the scenes footage and pictures backing this up, they look absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, the colors are muted and desaturated, and thus the sets end up looking so lifeless and dreary. Wicked is a very lively and colorful musical, and it should have a lively and colorful background and setting to go with it. The main character is literally green for Oz's sake. Compare and contrast between the trailer with saturation and without. That looks so much better, doesn't it? It's more lively, it's more colorful, it's beautiful. Next, and spoilers ahead for the musical, at the beginning of Act 1, the witch's sister, who cannot walk, is gifted a pair of silver shoes by their father. At the beginning of Act 2, the witch enchants these slippers to give her sister the ability to walk on her own. This enchantment thus gives the shoes the signature ruby red color that we all know and love. Now, the ruby slippers are themselves trademarked and owned by MGM Studios. If you've ever seen an Oz movie after the original that featured ruby red slippers, that studio most likely had to pay royalties to MGM to use the red slippers in their film. Here we can see a brief shot of Dorothy and her friends meeting the wizard, and as you can see, the shoes are clearly silver, not red. The Wizard of Oz book is in the public domain, and in the book, the slippers are silver. They were red in the movie to give them a Technicolor pop. We know that Dorothy kills the Witch of the East, Elphaba's sister, and takes her shoes. So why could they afford to use the ruby slippers in hundreds of performances of the musical for over 20 years, and yet Universal couldn't afford to pay for the ruby slippers for the movie adaptation? Or maybe they could, and the director John M. Chu just wanted to subvert our expectations and try something different? I mean, why couldn't the shoes have been ruby red? Does Elphaba never enchant the shoes? Does Nessarose just stay in the wheelchair the whole time while still being the Wicked Witch of the East? A wheelchair-bound witch crushed under the house? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, the sets and some of the cast and the music, these are things that I'm really looking forward to in this movie. As for the rest of it, for now at least, I'm quite skeptical.